Extremely excited today because Virtual Kicking usually trains all of our athletes virtually through our app, but a few times a year we're able to get a few of our top guys together, and that's what we have today. We have Camden Price and Lou Hadley from Miami. We have both Brian and Oscar from Virginia Tech. We have Evan Mathis from West Virginia. We have Connor Madden from JMU. The best way to get better is to compete with the best, and that's what we're doing today. We take all of our top guys and put them together at these small groups to get them to the next level. A lot of these guys you already see play on Saturday nights, but soon you'll see some even play on Sundays. Today we're just going to talk through some technique issues they may have, give them some drill works to focus on the next couple weeks, and prepare them for either their upcoming season or their pro day. Humble beast today.
Like Monday night.
Dude, he's massive. Car, you gonna do? Yeah. He has to produce for his family. I know. Are you gonna stay over here?
I'm a humble beast today.
Your chest just
See, you're from. See,
dude, let me feel this. Dude, look at this chest, dude. It's everything.
Explain everything.
So the idea is that it's going to be, you're going to have a dynamic warm-up, so you have a real warm-up. Okay. Trigger point series, you're going to massage your muscles properly so you don't get injured, because we're going to overwork your legs. You have a explosive workout 4 times a day, but it's very quick, 1 set for each, like med ball tosses, so you can get more hang time. There's practice plans built in, but you can do whatever you want. I just have them in there. And then after that, there's a stretch routine, and then there's yoga, different yogas, different days. And then there is pool recovery workouts for the pool.
I'm 100% committed to getting better.
You are.
I will do that then.
Drops and taps. Let's go from the goal line to the 20. Goal line to the 20, just to spiral through your park. So one of the big things you always want to start doing, especially when you had such a time off, an extended time off, is you want to get back in the routine of things. So we're going to go back to the basics, work drops, work contact, and then from there we'll build into full steps. But we really want to take our time to get there so that our foundation is correct. Your eyes at the same spot. Swing, swing, punt. So the goal of this drill is to not only loosen up your leg, but we also want to replicate a good swing. So the goal of this drill is we're gonna go our 2 steps. We're gonna do a swing, loosen up the leg, 2 steps, swing, and on the third one, 2 steps, we're hitting the ball. The goal of this drill is we're trying to work forward, so we're not taking big steps, so we're gonna have compact steps. Second thing is we're having good body position without over swinging. And then third is we're trying to have a good, solid 50% ball. That's what you want to get, is a nice height. When you drop it down, you're driving the ball, trying to reach at the end. You want your hips to come through when you're hitting the ball. Right. That's what gives you that bigger full time. Soft out of your hand, soft out of your hand. That's fine. That's fine. You just swing with the cleat. Why are you turning left? So when because you're bringing it up, you're reaching up to get it. Just a lack of flexibility. You're reaching up, so you're turning. If you keep your shoulders slightly forward, I think that drops you a little more. All right, let's see what we're looking at, Colton. See some good balls, baby. Think about waist high. Leave that ball up there. It's still when you're dropping the ball, we're dropping it down. You want you to leave it up and then go up and get it. All right, leave it up. Who we got? Oscar, you up, baby boy? Let's do it. Look at you, Corey. Up and through. Don't take off the power. Take off, you're swinging so hard, you're turning with our hips. I want you to stay straight up through with the follow through, up and through the ball. When your hips turn, the follow through turn. You're better than a little bit. That's a good rotation right there. A little wobbly is even better, because it's just gonna hang up there. And honestly, those are, you're getting a little bit better, because as you are extending your arm, you're letting it go.
Okay.
On some of those early ones, you're holding it and just dropping it, and then you're coming in front of it.
Okay.
Oh, are you going directional line?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks great. Really try to emphasize your shoulders. So when we're here, try to have your shoulders slightly forward so we keep our hips back, so our steps are smaller, and then we drive up into the ball. If your shoulders are up, then you're gonna fall back. I just don't want the power added, right? Think about just the power from your hip to your foot. Let that do the work. Anytime you're trying to pull with your whole body, you're gonna lose that consistency. Come on, up and through. Freezing, man. Like a chick when I was hugging you. Looking good. Seriously, before we leave, I'm gonna take off my shirt so we can take pictures together. I want to compare Matt Tess to yours, bro. I got a sun around the belly button. It's nice. You believe that? You thought about it. You thought about it. You're doing your steps, okay?
Yeah.
You're taking, kind of similar to Oscar, is you stay so upright that you're losing leverage with your hips.
Yeah.
And so when you hit the ball, your hips are already through, your foot's all the way through, which means you're extending your leg too far.
Yeah.
So in the sense of when you drop it, you're coming up hitting the middle of the ball, or like the front of the ball, not the sweet spot. So in general, I would say try to work shoulders slightly forward longer, only because the reaction is your hips stay back.
Yep.
If your hips stay back, shoulders stay forward, then when you hit it, your hips and foot are coming up through together.
Gotcha.
And in general, think of in your mind, and I don't know if you know what type of learner you are.
Me, my son.
You should figure that out.
Yeah.
Because you want to know what type of learner your son is, so you can teach him sort of whatever he's special at. But one thing I like to visualize is think about you stay underneath the ball.
Yeah.
You're driving your knee to the ball as fast as possible, then snapping up.
Yep.
So that's getting this nice sharp U kind of tracker up and through the ball.
Yeah, that's closer. Like,
It's very individualized based on the guy.
Yeah.
But for you and the way I see you swinging, your hips are coming through. You're reaching for the ball, so it's more of a smack.
Yeah.
And then less of a boom.
I got you.
So if you can keep that ball closer and swing up on it more,
Yep.
you have some bigger, higher arcing balls. Yeah, it's getting much closer. That's good. Now, oh, perfect. Yeah, do whatever you're usually doing there. Philosophy guys, that's would be a tweak. The other sort of drill I would spend time doing on your own is come to like a yard line, punt the line, take just 3 good steps back. So technically we're 3 yards, right? So you're gonna do a couple dry runs first, and then you might hit some. But the goal is you're punting at the line. And so the goal is you see where you have to get to. It forces you to stay smaller, and then you swing up and through. Hold on, cock that foot back more. Think about driving this knee to the ball, and then lock out. Okay? Because if you leave the ball up here like this, if you drive the knee and lock the leg, it really pulls your hips underneath. You're pulling your hips out, and it's more of a drive. I want you to rip up and through.
Kids are all like, I want to go. Everybody's like, I want to go home for the holiday.
When I usually get it, when the ball's in the air, I can sort of tell if there's a rush or not. And if it is a hold up, then I'll stay kind of on a straight line instead of like going vertical. Okay. So I hold it, so then gives the gunners a little bit more time. I sort of just wrap around, And kind of like a kick off, when I kick, I sort of follow through with that foot as well,
Now,
which is a little different.
Now, when you're when you're moving to the right, you're more flat or sort of parallel. Are you looking at the rush, or are you just looking at the ball?
So when it's thrown, I sort of get a sense if there's something coming. But
Okay.
I stand on. So if the long snapper's 15 yards up, I put my middle of my body like on his left leg.
Okay.
It's like as I'm catching it, I'm already moving.
Okay.
So it's like a side support, man.
And then how do you drop it? Because I know
I
that's
drop
a
it like
huge
this.
thing you are really comfortable with.
Yeah. So I guess Americans tend to like drop it like that, but I hold it over the top like that.
What do you think the benefit of holding on the top like that is?
I think you don't get so straight, because if you drop a ball, you're gonna lose a lot of distance. So like
Okay.
the more down the ball you hit it, the further it's gonna go.
And then how are you hitting the ball? So if I held the ball in the air, right? How are you going to hit the ball?
Like that.
Like this, and then can you fit up your foot on the ball? So you're there,
Yeah, about there.
right on the bone.
About there.
Okay.
So it's just like a yeah.
All right. Sounds good, bro. That's good. You're kind of bringing it out.
That's a hefty bowl.
Not a bad ball, Eddie. Nose falls out. Man, I see what you're talking about. He throws it against your foot. Yeah, yeah.
People remember you for the last kick. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of that last memory that they have in your mind, and so it's tough. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really get extremely down on yourself. It's kind of trying to stay at that even level.
No, for sure.
And like even if one day doesn't go your way, you got to kind of move on to the next and not get too down on yourself and ready to go out there and perform the next time, because you know that last kick was just as important as the next kick.